What's up, y'all? So I don't know when I'm gonna post this, but we are gonna do another video. Well, I am gonna do another video on Jensen Ackles as Batman in the DC universe. So, as you guys know, Creature Commandos was the start. James Gunn is coming out with Superman in July, and then we get Peacemaker in August. Peacemaker Season 2 in August. And for next year, we get Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and where I think our first appearance of Batman is going to be, like actual Batman, not a silhouette of Batman. Where I think an actual appearance is going to be is in the Clayface movie that we're getting in 2026. So, yeah. And why do I think Jensen Ackles would be a super good Batman? For this version of the DCU. Well, y'all, he can do the dark and brooding that you need for Batman. He could also be the father figure to his Bat family. And he's not opposed to playing characters for a super long time, because he played Dean Winchester for 15 years on Supernatural. And, yeah. He did that, and he said he would want to come back to that if there was an opportunity to. So, obviously, he's not opposed to playing, if he plays Batman in the DCU, this version of Batman for 15, 20 years, right? Which I think you need for this universe. I think you need a mix of people, right? I think you need people like David Cornsweet, who will at least play Superman for the next decade, up to 15, 20 years. But you also have people like Hal Jordan, who's a Lantern legend, who is in his 50s when we get to see him, which you need people like that too. But I don't want Batman to be that old. I want Batman to be like in his mid to late 30s to mid to late 40s, because that to me is Batman in his prime. Like, this world, we already know this from Creature Commandos. This world has a supernatural twist on Like, it's very comic book Batman. So he has fought comic book accurate version of Clayface. He has fought and defeated Dr. Phosphorus. He probably has met his version of the Joker at this time, right? He has a Bat family, obviously. So Nightwing's already probably Nightwing, or has just become Nightwing. Robin, Jason Todd, what I hope they do is they just say, oh, Bruce lost to Robin, because I really want them to do a Under the Red Hood movie. And it would be full circle for Jensen, because Jensen played Jason Todd in the animated Under the Red Hood movie that I feel is a masterpiece, y'all. So, yeah, for me, why I want him as Batman: one, he's one of my favorite actors. Two, he can do animation, video games, and live action. And he's been in movies and TV shows, which James Gunn says every actor in the DCU needs to be able to do that. So, yeah, that's that. And then my second guy that I want to play Batman, if Jensen Ackles can't, or in the DCU, is Brandon Sklenar. Now, Brandon Sklenar is in that movie with Blake Lively that I haven't seen yet. It Ends With Us. If you don't know who Blake Lively is, that's Ryan Reynolds' wife. But where I've seen him from is the Yellowstone spinoff, with Harrison Ford, which I will be reviewing on my country channel. If you guys want to check that out and subscribe to that channel, I will be reviewing 1833. The Harrison Ford Show Season 2 on my country channel. So, yeah. Why do I want those two as Batman? Well, Brandon Sklenar and Jensen Ackles both have intensity, but they both can be tender, right? And that's what I feel this Batman needs, because he's also being a father to Damian Wayne, trying to teach Damian Wayne that you don't need to execute all your problems. If you've read the comic book run, you should know what I mean. In fact, the comic book run that this is based off of is Dick Grayson is Batman, my favorite Robin, and Nightwing is Batman, and Damian Wayne is Robin. Now, I don't think they're gonna do that. I think you could potentially get that in 10 to 20 years of the DCU if it lasts that long, right? Of Dick Grayson being Batman, but I think this is gonna be Bruce Wayne. So I'm very interested to see how Bruce is different from any version of Batman that we've gotten before. I know some people want Robert Pattinson's Batman to be in the DCU. And I love that movie. You guys know that. If you've been subscribed to me for years, and even if you haven't, I love that movie. I think that movie is one of the best movies of all time. I think The Penguin is one of the best TV shows of all time. I love that universe. But I don't think that you could say that Robert Pattinson exists in a world where Batman has taken down Dr. Phosphorus and stuff like that. Why? Because Matt Reeves made his Batman super grounded, right? Like, yeah, he can beat random criminals up, but I don't see Bruce, especially Robert Pattinson's Bruce, fighting Dr. Phosphorus and winning, right? And truthfully, for me, depending on how long Matt Reeves takes with the movies of his Batman Part 2, and if we even get a Part 3, I don't even know if he'll get a Part 3, y'all, because I think James Gunn wants to move on this Batman movie before 2030, I think, right? So I think if we're lucky, we get Batman Brave and the Bold in 2027, which I really want Jensen Ackles, you guys know that, and I think he would be a great Batman for the Batman that James Gunn has described. And he said in interviews, he's like, I can't wait for them to see Batman and Superman together. And I think from what I've seen in David Cornsweet, now, I've only seen David Cornsweet in Twisters, right? But from what I've seen of David Cornsweet, I think they would have great chemistry. If they were to do like a World's Finest movie with Batman and Superman, I think if you think about it, like, Jensen could be that older brother to David Cornsweet's Superman, but sometimes they have different views and they learn from each other. So yeah, those are my thoughts on another video on my thoughts on why Jensen Ackles should be Batman. Again, my two top choices right now are Brandon Sklenar and Jensen Ackles. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. And if you enjoy this content, please subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you.